Welcome to the White Chair Beauty Series, episode 12. This episode is going to be about why clients leave bad reviews. You go to sleep and you wake up and then there's someone writing a negative review that you didn't expect it.
Yep.
Anything
stomach
else?
drops. You feel ill. Yeah.
It's like the worst.
It's the worst feeling ever.
It is.
It really is.
Worst feeling. You thought you did an absolute amazing job. Because, I mean, you see, 9, 10, 12 clients a day. And then that one client that, you thought the day was great. And then, boom, you wake up and there's a negative review. Or you just go home on your drive, on your way in your home, you go bleep. You get a message on you up. You're like, whoa. So, yeah, it sucks, but it's part of the industry.
You can't make everybody happy. You can try, but there's a difference between, I think going the extra mile and really knowing that you did everything right. But if you didn't really try your 100%, then you're more than likely to get negative reviews.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton of negative reviews because I think we do that extra.
So that leads to our first question. Why do clients leave negative reviews in the first place?
Honestly, sometimes it's just emotion over logic. Sometimes it's the way you made them feel. If you made them feel uncomfortable, if you weren't in a good mood when you were taking them, if they didn't feel like they were the priority, I would say. And I always try to go above and beyond with every single client, no matter what, even if I've seen them 100 times or my first time. So, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I don't really get negative reviews. And if somebody does have an issue, they will usually contact me privately, and then I can try to make it right because I have already built that rapport and that relationship with them. So that's super important, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just, I think like the stars are lined up. They have to be all aligned perfectly. And it's this situation, you don't know prior to your appointment what mood they were in. During your appointment, what mood you put them in, and then obviously some clients are extremely picky.
Yeah, or they've had a bad day and, they're taking it out on you. I've had that in the past, but that's where you just have to kill them with kindness. You're in the service industry, so you better like people and you better, Yeah,
it's not always about you. It's about your clients.
Exactly.
So, I mean, this is something you can be you can provide the best service, be kind, and unfortunately sometimes it happens. But I don't.
And sometimes you're not the right fit for that client. Like I've had a couple clients in my past where we're just not the right. I'm not the right fit for. I might not be able to, give them what they want to achieve. So you just have to know that as well.
Yeah. Just.
And try not to take it too personally.
Yeah.
As long as you have known that you've gone above and beyond and tried your 100% effort, don't take it personally. Now, if you could have done a little better.
Always respond to the reviews, which leads on to our second question.
Yeah, that's the second question. What should you do if you do see that, gut-wrenching bad review? What's the first thing you should do?
Don't get too emotional. Don't respond back with your emotions, where you're like, whoa, what? You came to the salon with a bad mood. I provide you the best service. I did this for you. You never want to do that.
No.
You want to just take a deep breath. Relax.
You don't have to respond right away either. Like you said, take a second.
Take a second.
Take a beat.
Figure out why this happened. Play the story in your head like, they came in. I was not kind. I provided a service. Why would they react in this way? Why would they be upset? Just try to figure it out before you respond to them, because if you respond with your emotions, you're going to say something you're going to regret.
And also you have to remember other clients, future clients, they read the response.
Yeah.
So it better be kind, and because honestly, the better your response is, the more likely they will think that client might be kind of them.
Yeah. So you show empathy. You have to. With professionalism, you have to respond to them and just, you're right. So other customers always read the negative review. The first thing they do sometimes when I go on Yelp, I just go, I filter it out. I want to see the 1-star reviews.
Yeah.
And then when I look at why, and then I see the response like, hey, you know, hey, we apologize. If I see that, that means you have sympathy. You know, you are trying
we
to.
want to make this right for you. We're so sorry for your experience. You know, that is not how we want, you know, our business to, you know, just anything you can do to apologize, you know, try to let them know if you can, you know, reach out to us either by email or phone so we can get this taken care of. And sometimes they will reach out to you because they just want either a redo or a refund or something of that nature. And then a lot of times they will take the review down. Yeah.
Yeah. So first you respond to the review, then you privately respond directly on the platform, or if you have their email, respond to them an email. Hey, I just saw your review. I just want to know what happened, and we thought we're, you know, on the same page and everything was perfect when you know, left the salon, and why would that happen? And sometimes they'll completely ignore you, or sometimes they're just
they want to be heard. Maybe.
They want to be heard, and then they want a refund.
Yeah.
You just don't know, and you're like, hey, and then it's up to you, like, hey, unfortunately,
But in that case, if somebody is really that upset, like I always say, like, I don't want somebody to pay for something that they really truly did not like. Like, I don't want people to feel like they've gotten taken advantage of. And I understand it can be like confrontational, like once you show them the mirror, if they're 100% not happy, but it's hard for people to say that to your face, you know? But normally people, I mean, I have to say, since I've started the Brow Fix, I mean, since I've been in this industry, I don't know if I've ever received a negative review about my service. It's always been about our late policy, or because I'm kind to people in person. They have reached out to me and been like, Naomi, you know, it's happened a couple of times where people are like, I feel like I'm not 100% happy with, you know, the service, but I either refund them or I try to make it right and say, hey, can you come back in and then I always make it right. But they've never written a review because I've already established that relationship with them. In the beginning. Yeah,
most of our reviews are
from other.
There's obviously service, you know, but most of them like, I didn't show up. They charged me. Like, well, that's our no-show policy. And we're strict about that. Like, if they're disrespectful and they try to like use that against us, like, I don't want to say blackmail, but like they're trying to use that as leverage, or like, if you don't take this down, I'm like, you know what? We hold our ground, and like, you know, that's our business.
And other clients will see that when they go to our negative reviews, all of them are basically about our no-show cancellation policy, which is standard for all salons. So people can read that and be like, okay, it's not because of the service they give, it's because they have a no-show policy, which is normal. Every other salon has that. So people can see the difference, you know, even if we do have a couple negative reviews, it's for those reasons.
Now, are these negative reviews, are there actual opportunities for growth from them?
I mean, I think so, because you can see maybe what you're lacking or what you're doing poorly on, you know. If it is a true thing that people have issues with, you know, about shaping or tinting or whatever, you say, okay, I need to get better. A lot of times we've had bad reviews for some of our employees, and then I know I need to step in and train them better. Like we talked about last week about leadership. I mean, it really comes down to me. If they're not giving the services correctly or to a certain standard, I need to step in and say, what can I train you with? What can I help you on? How can I, you know, make the service better for all of our clients?
Yeah, feedback is always great because you can improve from it. Like, hey, these are the issues I'm having, and this is what I need to make it better. Or sometimes feedback, you're like, oh, really? That's a good one. I didn't really realize that. I will try to apply that and make myself better. Or maybe it's the lighting in the salon. Maybe it's the chairs uncomfortable. Maybe it wasn't easy to find, or some stuff like that. And then you can improve your business.
And also, I think that just addressing it publicly can actually, like, it's credible for you, for your business. Yeah. Like, it builds trust for other people. They say, oh, they actually want to learn from people. They actually want to, you know, take into account, not like, oh, it's all you and it's, you know, it's not me, you know, like people don't want to hear that. And I've actually read reviews from other artists, because sometimes I'll get in like I'll start like reading other Yelp stuff. Yeah. And some people are so mean when they respond to clients. And I'm like, you know, other people can see that. It's kind of showing your true colors of who you really are.
Yeah. That's true. I read.
I'm like, you know, mouth hung open while I'm reading some of these. I'm like, oh my God, I would never talk to somebody like that.
Just because someone writes a bad review,
it
doesn't mean they won't show up again. I mean, obviously, unless it's a really bad experience, It doesn't, like, if you respond to them and they take it in, they're like, all right, maybe I was a little too harsh on them. Maybe it was me. And either they would upgrade the review, take it down, or they'll show up the next time and then you give them a better experience, and then they go back on to the whatever platform they wrote a review on
and said, hey, I had a really great experience. And I've done that so many times with like employees, like clients that 100% weren't 100% happy with the service, and I respond right away. I say, hey, I want to personally redo your service, obviously free of charge. I make sure I make them have a great experience again, and then they will come back. Yeah. So it is an opportunity for growth and keeping that client as well, you know? Also, I always say, like, sometimes you don't know if people are 100% happy. So I would rather know that they're not happy, because if they don't tell me, I'll never know, So sometimes Yelp, like we said, it is an opportunity for growth, because then you can see where you're lacking or where you're not.
And sometimes customers are really shy.
Yes.
They won't tell you, like, they'll leave. They'll give you that face, like the fake smirk, or like, oh yeah. And then when they leave, they're like, oh my goodness, I should have told them, I'm not happy, or I'm not this, I'm not that. And they're just really shy about it, and they're being respectful. But then sometimes they just hold it in, and then they go and they write a review. Yeah. So sometimes you can't, like, figure it out at that moment of time.
Yeah. And again, I would rather know, even if it is a Yelp review, I would rather know, because I want to know how I can be better, or maybe I'm not communicating with the client well enough. I'm not seeing what they want, So, yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. What mistakes do salon owners make when replying to reviews?
Well, one is not responding at all.
Yeah, just no response, like dead air.
They just, like, the crazy thing is 90% of business owners, not in just salon industry, you go on Yelp and you're like,
even good reviews, like, they won't even respond to the good. You're like, you have to, like, respond to everything.
Number one, that's good for SEO.
Yes.
When you respond, certain platforms see that you're active, so they rank you up higher. That's number one. Two, they see that you're active, so you're an active business. So those are the main reasons. And then three, just if you just don't respond, that means that you don't care. If you don't care, that means the next client or customer reading, like, they won't care about me.
Yeah. And
then going back to it just being really aggressive, or just your tone that you're
making it the client's
fault. Even
fault.
with, like, you won't even notice, like, sometimes you put something in all caps. You may not think of it as being aggressive or your tone, but when they read it, they're like, oh, or like someone else is reading it, they're like, whoa. So just your tone.
You have to be, like, soft, and sometimes people don't read things. It's just like when you're reading a text message. Like, there was a funny Instagram thing that was like these two guys, they were reading Instagram, but the way they were reading it kept going back and forth from them. And it was hilarious, because one guy was reading it in his brain, like, aggressive, and the other guy was being really nice, So it's just like the way you say things sometimes. So you have to be really aware of that.
Be careful what you say online, and anything you say these days. But especially when it comes to your business, you want to just be a professional. Just say, hey, sorry, you had a bad experience, and whatever what they talked about in the review, talk about it.
Take accountability, full accountability, because it is your problem. This is your business. You are in the service industry. Don't make it their fault ever.
Yeah, don't point fingers. No. Like, no, you had a bad day when you came in.
Yeah.
You
arrived 15 minutes late, and then I couldn't do your no, like, don't.
Yes, sometimes customers would even write a review to be like, what, I know I arrived 20 minutes late to my appointment, but they were rushing. Like,
well,
deep down inside, we know, like, yeah, we had a rush because we shouldn't even take you, but we took you out of courtesy. But you can't respond to a review like they'd be like, hey, we do apologize, we're rushing. Yeah, we're running behind on appointments. You came, but we try our best to accommodate you. Next time we'll do better, or next time you come in, we'll give you offer a discount. Like, hey, we'll give you $10 off your next service.
We would love to have you back.
Hopefully, you come in on time.
Give us another chance. Give us another chance. We hope you'll give us another chance to make things right.
But I know this is tough. So how can you prevent them from writing a negative review? Like, what would you look at?
I mean, right when I meet somebody, I build rapport with them. We start chatting. We start talking.
You become BFFs.
We become BFFs.
BFFs.
Because I love people. I truly love people. It's not like I'm faking it or anything. I want to get to know you. I get it. Like, the first time I see somebody, we have the deepest conversations. People say it to me constantly. They're like, wow, we just had, like, therapy. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. But sure, I have a relationship with this person. So even if they are unhappy, hopefully they will come to me, over email or phone, which I've had before a couple times. But they just would never write a review because they actually like me.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're more likely to write a negative review if you don't like the person, if you didn't have a good experience, if they didn't go the extra mile, if you feel like you got taken advantage of course you're going to more likely write a review, a negative review. So that's why I have a lot of positive reviews, because people appreciate that. And that I feel like is kind of rare in this world of like, and people want to feel like, everybody's on their phones and everybody's like, nobody's connecting. Like people want to connect, and people appreciate that. And I think I am an authentic person, and people see me for me and I see them for them, so that would be my biggest thing.
To answer, I think some reviews you just can't control if they're writing negative reviews. Certain reviews you can control. Like if you set up expectations, like if someone goes in and say, they go in for a brow wax and then you like $40, like 40, I thought it was 20, or like, oh, I thought this, or I thought, so you set up, you let them know the pricings ahead of time. You let them know how long the service is going to take ahead of time. You're gonna, like if you're running like the appointment takes 20 minutes, like, oh, I had to be somewhere, you're taking too long, like stuff like that you can control by setting up expectations prior to the appointment. And then during the appointment, you do a consultation so they know thoroughly what's going on. Yep. So like at the end, there's certain things like, oh, I wanted this shape. Well, we had a consultation. Those are the reviews you can control.
Yes.
Certain reviews, obviously,
if somebody just comes in and you just like throw them back in the chair and you start waxing, and then they leave a negative review of how you shaped their brows horribly. Well, that's because you didn't do a consultation and you're just doing whatever you want. Like those are things that you should know. But yeah, people, they want the experience as well, So from the start to finish, making the experience as smooth as possible, building a relationship with them right off the bat, they're less likely to write a negative review and reach out to you personally if anything is not to their liking 100%, because you can't please everybody either. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like God. I can't. I do the best possible job with every person, but sometimes I can't give them what they want, and that's okay.
Yeah, there's limitations on what you can do, but setting up expectations and letting them know ahead of time will control some of those reviews, negative reviews, and then turn them into positive reviews.
Okay, so when is it okay to delete or dispute a review, would you say?
Oh, we had a couple of reviews disputed.
Yeah.
So this is something like if you're on your Yelp and you're looking at reviews, I would recommend doing that right now. After you watch this episode, go on your Yelp and see what reviews some people are writing. If they do they put threats on there, if they put reviews that are like medical, like say that they did a service and it caused my hair to fall out. There's no evidence based on that. In these reviews, you can actually dispute and if you write a response to whatever platform, like, hey, they're writing medical issues that occurred. There's no evidence. There's no facts behind it, and we do this service and this can't happen. And they take it down. If they say threats, they use bad language.
Or if it's somebody that you cannot find in your set, like we always double check, like the person has come to our salon, and somebody's just not writing a random review. I mean, it's only happened a couple times, but we did have a couple times where I
think we had one random, which it looks like it may have been that's another thing. If your competitors sometimes will have someone write a review, so you go check your system, you're like they don't exist, and you email
say this
Google or Yelp or whatever, and you say, hey, they never been to us. Can you have them confirm that they have a receipt, they were charged for us or anything? Then they'll come back to you after a week and they'll be like, hey, we and then you can just see what's taken down.
Come to your there was an influencer that she posted this restaurant that was awful, right? And everybody went on to the restaurant's Yelp and gave it a 1-star review. But these people had never visited the restaurant, so they disputed it, and
that's when it gets political. Someone says something, and then people would say just write a negative review.
Yeah, you can't do that. You have to actually have gone to the place and
those to get taken down. But just read your reviews. Make sure they're legitimate. Make sure they're not using curse words or threatening you, saying medical claims that that's unrealistic to what would happen if you'd done the service. Stuff like that, or if they're competitors, it's stuff you just have to review, your reviews. And you have to take a look at it and be like, hey, because if you just let anyone write a review, then you know.
You have to double check and make sure, like I said, they've come, they've had an appointment. You can figure it out, you know. And if you're not unsure, you can message them, or you can even message them. We've had that where we're like, we can't seem to find you in your system. Can you let us know like who you saw or what time or day you came, and can you provide some photos for us just so we can take a look, because we want to know what happened. And a lot of times people don't even like it's you know, so they're either fishing for a refund or they're a competitor.
Yeah, so that I would just highly recommend doing that. What's the best way to encourage to get reviews or positive reviews for your salon?
I mean, I always try to ask people. Sometimes that can be like, I can be shy a little bit, but you know, if people have had a really good, you know, experience, then I will say, hey, you know, if you've had a great, like when we first opened Austin, I would actually text people afterwards, like personally, and be like, hey, I hope you loved your service. You know, if you could write a review and just leave your honest feedback. Obviously, I don't say leave a 5-star review.
No, you have to say you can't. It's unethical to do that.
You can't say that.
You have to always say leave your honest feedback.
Your honest feedback, and then we also have like where we check out well, in Austin, you check out on my phone. So, but I do still have a little Google. It's like a little scan. You scan it, and people can leave Google reviews that way. And then we have it by our register in Santa Monica and Brentwood, which is great. So and we also have the email that goes out.
Well, that's the way I was going to bring up is a lot of times you'd be surprised. People don't ask, or your browsers don't ask, or you don't ask. You forget. You're caught up in the moment. You're running late. You're just cleaning up. There's so much going on and you forget. So we have an automated message that goes out after.
So please leave your honest feedback. And a lot of times I've had actually times people that maybe they weren't 100% happy, they will actually respond to me personally and say, hey, you know, my tint was a little too dark, or my tint wasn't dark enough, or whatever. Instead of leaving a Yelp review, they will email me. And so that also is good to send that email out, because then it kind of can give them a way to contact you if they weren't 100% happy, but they still had a good experience, but like their brows just could have had a few little tweaks that they'd be happy with. They'll email you personally. So that's usually, it's a great way.
In this industry, I mean, you want to ask for reviews. It's very important because social proof, you know.
Super important,
especially in you get more appointments because of that. But I would, it's an automated system. If you don't ask, have an automated system in place for sure.
How do you mentally handle criticism as a salon owner?
Don't take it personal.
No, you can't.
I mean, you don't take it personal. You have to. You take it personal because it's your business, like that's your baby. But don't like take it home with you. Whatever happens at work, keep it at work. When you go home, just relax. Sometimes you just got to sit down and be like, if it's like a personal one where it depends on the review they write.
Yeah.
If they write like something like really like awful,
like
just
words can cut deep and honest. I'm like an empath, and so even if you know somebody's upset about a no show, I still like think about it. Like I think about things for it's hard for me to turn it off for sure. But you have to remember this is a business. As long as I'm doing the best possible. Best possible job I can.
And one review doesn't define your business. No. So one time when you were very beginning, you're a solo esthetician. Someone wrote a bad review about something. I forgot what it was. I think it may have been a no-show, or you canceled my appointment or something like that. And you were really, the way they wrote it. I forgot what it was that they wrote, but it was really. It hurts you. So I was like, what I did was I then went and took a screenshot of like 5 positive reviews, and I send it to you, and I was like, well, what about these? And then you'll be like, yeah. Well,
a lot of times when I'm feeling down or just having a bad day, he'll actually do that, and he'll go on Google and be like, read all these, because a lot of times people, I won't look at them for like months, and then I'm like, oh my God, and it just makes me feel like, okay, people do, like I am doing a good job, like keep on trucking, like.
And we also have with our automated email, so after they leave our salon, they get a transactional automated emails that they get every couple weeks. One of them is to leave feedback, so they go to a survey page and they fill up like, hey, I want to have this service in the future and this. And at the end, it says write a feedback, and they'll say like, oh, Naomi's such an amazing brow artist, or this person's amazing. And then I'll show you that, like, hey, this is, don't ever leave California. We need you in our life like this. And then stuff like that. It's positive affirmations.
And it builds your confidence, and it makes you feel good. And
yeah, so don't let one negative review tear you apart.
There's always going to be somebody that's unhappy. Like I said, I'm not God. I can't make every single person happy, but I can try.
Yeah, and if you have one negative review, go read the 20 positive reviews that you have, and then it will trump over that little negative review. So don't take it too personal, and sometimes take it as a
growing experience.
No, not just growing. Just like, you know what? It's a challenge.
Yeah.
As growing, I can better myself, but I'm going to respond to this. I'm going to see what I can do to make this better.
Yeah.
To the best of my ability. And if they don't respond, they don't care. A, you can just be like, oh, maybe they're my competitor and someone's BSing me, so let me make sure it's legitimate. B, like, hey, figure it out. Like, this is what they're saying. Is it real? Is it fake? So, or sometimes I call them the refunders.
Yeah, a lot of
you can give them the best service, and
they just want a refund.
And they just want a refund. They come in and they leave, like, we even have before after pictures like, that's actually amazing work. Yeah. And then just like, nah, I just want a refund. And then we're like, hey, unfortunately we'll give you a discount. No, I don't want to come in anymore. And you can tell, like, as you grow, as you get all these emails and all these issues that happen, you'll know the real from the fake. Mm-hmm. You just start.
Most people don't actually want a refund. They want the service better. That's what they came in for. They came in for a good service. So if a lash lift is not as curled as they would like, we will redo it. And some people are, I just want a refund. Well, we don't give refunds, but we can make your curl better. So you just have to know those type of people.
And by the way, if you're finding all this information is helpful, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button, and subscribe.
Yes.
I had to throw that snippet in there. Is the next question for you?
No, it's for you.
What's one positive story where a negative review turned into growth?
Well, like I said, I don't really have one for myself. No, I mean, because like I said, I have had people reach out to me privately.
You're tooting your own horn over there.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, I have had people reach out to me personally saying, hey, I feel like A, we went a little too thin, or B, the color was too dark, or whatever it was. And I will be like, hey, I'm going to write this down. I will make it better for next time. And they will come back. But in a case of like, an esthetician of ours, a brow artist of ours, them leaving a bad review on Yelp, like I said, I always reach out to them personally. I say, I want to personally redo your service. I, take them as soon as I can. I want to get it taken care of. I had one here in Austin where she left a really bad review. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I responded immediately. I said, please come in tomorrow. I came in on my off day. I took care of her. I think I threw in a couple extra services. She took her review down right away, and she still comes to me to this day. So I turned her into a client.
Yeah.
I turned her into a...
your retention rate went up.
Yes.
I would say that one of the...
I have a couple stories like that.
One of the ones that growth or feedback that we changed from it was we got a review for lighting issues. Uh-huh. Someone wrote a negative review. Like, they wrote, we didn't get 1 star. They gave us like 4 stars or 3 stars or 4 stars. Like, I would give 5 stars, but you know what? The lighting wasn't, it was this and that. And then we're like, okay, we have a pretty good lighting system, I think. And then a couple weeks later, we got an email saying, hey, we need your light wasn't too bright. I feel like they can do a better job if it was brighter. They didn't leave a review. We responded back to them, hey, thank you for the feedback. We're going to actually take a look into this to see what's going on. And then here's a discount for your next service. So we ended up buying a better light to make it brighter. We thought it was good, but like, we just bought more. Something's more, it's brighter. But that's the growth part. That's the feedback that you can take in to change, to make yourself better. And that's any feedback anyone gives you, take it as a positive sometimes. Yeah. Like, oh, don't be offended. Like, oh, I have good light. Like, hey, all right, let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Or your checkout process wasn't seamless.
Yeah.
Or this or that. And then
everything that clients complain about, you can actually grow from and make it a positive.
And actually, I want to go back to one thing I forgot, but I wanted to say it was about encouraging positive reviews. We have an automated system that we do, but then hopefully everyone that's using a booking system is gathering emails from you should have like hundreds of emails if you're open for a year or 2 years, you should have a couple hundred emails. Every 3 months or 4 months, every quarter, I'll say, I'll send out an email blast. So it's like, hey, it's about that time. Like, we want to, if you love our service, this and that, please write us an honest review. And then when you do that, you'll get like 3-4 reviews all in one day.
And also what we've done as well is we will ask people, what can we improve on? We're always looking to improve. What can we
That's that
improve
survey
Yeah.
feedback documents for what we can improve on. And then we look at it, and then we even ask what additional services we should add. And then eventually we added a service. So we put that survey out there. Hey,
we've done surveys about where should we open a location. We're like, should we open closer to where we are? So clients, I think, love that because they're like,
you're involved. They're your community.
Yeah.
When you build a community, not only does your retention rate go up, but they're going to start referring their friends, and you're just building that communication with them, and it's very important.
And it shows you really care, truly care. And like us, we are a small business, so like people want to support that, So.
Yeah, I think if you're not asking for reviews, I'd be surprised. There's some business I look at, Yelp, Google.
I have like no reviews.
Facebook. Facebook don't usually get reviews, but you know what? Apple actually launched this new thing I want to tell people about. Is they are launching their own review system, but the review system is getting pulled by, I think, Yelp. They're still using Yelp reviews. But if you go on there, you have your customers go in there and hit the thumbs up button. Like, there's a like button. And the more of those you get, the higher you rank on Apple Maps. So that's their review system is, liking a business. But yeah, reviews are very important. A lot of businesses, I don't know if they don't believe in social proof or they don't go the extra mile to ask for a review, but it's very important. And Google's number one. Then I would say Yelp is number two.
Posting pictures. So you
100%.
have your reviews, whatever, but we post pictures constantly so people can see our work, see the salon. It's even if you can get people to post pictures with their review, that's amazing.
Yeah. Or that's another thing you can post on Instagram by screenshotting a review and putting it on your Instagram, and people look at it that way. So you're just building social proof. Yeah, you're gonna get negative reviews once in a while. You're gonna figure out a way to don't take it personal,
and always try to
respond to it,
fix it, and make it right
professionally. Yep.
Don't make it their fault. It's you need to take accountability and try to turn it around. Try to get them to give you another chance.
Yeah, and they a lot of times they
will.
do.
90% of people will. Now there is that 10% that just are unhappy people. Maybe less than 10%, maybe 2%. But for the most part, people will give you another chance, if you let them.
Are we missing anything? Do we go over?
That's good.
Make sure to subscribe and like. And then next week, we're going to be going over why clients cancel last minute or no show, and then the excuses they use.
Yeah, we have a book of excuses.
Yeah, some of them were just like, well, interesting, because the last two clients said the same. I think they. There's but you know what?
Sometimes these are real. Okay.
Most of the time they're real, but sometimes, like, when you start as a solo esthetician or salon owner watching this, you understand what we're talking about.
Yes. We're not trying to throw anybody under the bus because we understand that emergencies happen, but
there's some excuses that come up. We're gonna put the top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And also another thing is because we make notes for every client, so it'll be like,
sometimes they repeat it.
My dog's at the vet. My daughter,
I was like, your dog was at the vet last time.
Maybe she has a sick dog.
But anyways, it's 98% of the customers have legitimate, and we completely understand. But there are the 2%ers out there that they don't respect your business. They don't respect you, and they don't show up, and when you message them like, oh, I was
at the dentist.
or something.
Yeah.
We'll tell you the excuses on our next episode. So tune in.